Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' love for each other is evident in an unscripted moment as they giggle, alternately pale, but a more gloomy mood starts to settle in. The saying goes something like, life can turn on a dime, and it's never certain what the future holds. An unexpected reality has broken down the foundation for Mark Consuelos, who is well known as the charming and devoted husband of Kelly Ripa. Mark has admitted the unthinkable, and everyone is reeling from the news. A devastating cancer diagnosis that has shocked him and his loved ones to their core. Kelly, his companion of over 20 years, and his devoted followers are both stunned by the revelation. What happens when the strong, happy people we look up to have to face their own frailty? Today, we delve into the emotional journey that Mark and Kelly are embarking on. This is a story about love, strength, and the last fight. Even though nobody saw this coming, it's a powerful reminder of the strength that comes from having loved ones by our side and the power of optimism. Come with us as we explore the reality of Mark Consuelos' devastating cancer diagnosis and the challenges that he and Kelly face. Mark made his diagnosis public when he decided to tell his tale. Mark revealed his cancer diagnosis in a quiet, deeply emotional revelation, a devastating condition that affects millions of people, but especially those who are highly esteemed. Putting that into words is challenging, he stated. No one ever tells you that it might happen to them. On the other hand, I've learned that life isn't always predictable. There will be occasions when you have to face difficulties you didn't anticipate. This has become my new normal. However, I will not give up. In that same moment, the news hit home. For an actor whose charisma, humor, and vitality shone through in every scene, this exposed a hitherto unseen, fragile aspect of Mark. It was nearly hard for Kelly, his wife and unwavering supporter, to process the news. Famously bubbly and hilarious, Kelly found herself in the unexpected position of having to help her husband through one of the most difficult battles he had ever been through. How might the pair find their way along this uncharted territory? Given the impending danger, how would they and their loved ones cope? In both her public and private life, Kelly Ripa has always been an inspiration and a laugh. Her life seemed to be crumbling as she sat with Mark in the moments after he gave her the diagnosis. Nothing can ever prepare you for the emotional gravity of hearing you have cancer, said the woman. I was taken aback. The only thing you can do when you love someone, no matter what, is to be there for them no matter what. I am totally devoted to this battle with Mark. He is my entire universe. Their strong bond was powerfully confirmed by Kelly's statement. Their partnership has lasted for more than 20 years. They have remained united through highs and lows of public life, celebrity, and family history. Kelly has promised to stand by his side as they face their biggest challenge yet. Both the public and private challenges they overcome as a couple shape their love story, and they will confront this new challenge as a unit, even though Mark did not foresee it. The seriousness of Mark's condition was evident as he began his path to recovery. The word cancer conjures up images of terror and uncertainty. No one is immune to the challenges it brings. Not even the strongest, most selfless people can escape them. Throughout his ordeal, Mark has been incredibly open and honest about everything from the diagnosis to the sleepless nights and future fears. On the other hand, he has also discussed the optimism that drives him. There must be times when you can laugh, right? Mark thought. When you give up, the terror takes over. As a result, I will not give up, and I will also not stop laughing and hope. His statements convey an unyielding spirit. He refuses to let his disease define him as he faces an uncertain future. Yet he makes the most of each day, drawing strength from his loved ones and especially his deep connection to Kelly. The family was hit hard by the news of Mark's condition. Still, it brought them closer together rather than apart. Michael and Lola, who had always looked up to their parents as rock-solid figures, found themselves thrust into supportive positions. Their remarkable oneness was brought to light by the transition, which was shocking nonetheless. According to one of them, "It's tough to watch my dad go through this. I am confident, though, that we will succeed. As a family, we are more united than ever." Mark and Kelly would discover later on that the fight was a relentless daily marathon, not a singular occurrence. Because of its clinical connotations, the word treatment fails to convey the personal impact and the immense mental and physical labor involved. The process was extremely challenging for Mark, a man known for his boundless energy and vitality. Reports from those close to the family paint a picture of an invisible conflict taking place in the background of their peaceful home. A fight that required medication, seemingly unending trips to the doctor, and exhaustion that could break the will of the strongest person. An anonymous source confided in us that, with all due respect, there are good days and bad days. On sunny days, you may see the beloved Mark that everyone is familiar with, in a lighthearted, humorous, future-oriented manner. However, it is difficult on bad days. The exhaustion is tremendous, but his spirit remains unbreakable even in that moment. I will not be a victim, he says. This is the real-life application of Kelly's strength, which she frequently showcased in the glamorous setting of a television studio. Her position evolved. Being a wife, partner, and co-star was no longer her sole role. In the middle of a storm, she became the main caregiver, the strongest advocate, and the emotional rock. As she and her co-host joke and interview famous people every weekday morning, the world watches. As soon as the camera stopped rolling, though, everyone could see how much she was carrying. She learned to see this duality as her new normal. A transition between two universes occurred as she walked from the live, applauding studio to the silent automobile that would transport her home. She played the role of America's beloved in one, an endearing, quick-witted companion. The second one had her as a helpless spouse, seeing her husband's heroic struggle for survival. The mental fortitude required to isolate such a high degree of anxiety in order to smile, interact, and perform is nearly incomprehensible. In all likelihood, it's her best performance to yet. An unscripted one, driven by a deep, protecting affection. Another buddy made the observation that she is a rock. Appointment scheduling, research, and acting as Mark's energy gatekeeper are all responsibilities of hers. On the other hand, she is the one who sits down with him, takes his hand, and allows him to be weak, frightened, ousted. She's taking it all in while still taking care of her family and making herself available to millions of people each day. It's just remarkable. Where does that leave the family? Nobody is immune to receiving a diagnosis like this. The whole family is affected. The burden of negotiating this terrible new chapter fell on their children, Michael, Lola, and Wichine, who had grown up in the extraordinary limelight of their parents' renown. The tightly knit family encircled the wagons. The oldest, Michael, was supposedly a rock of calm strength. Acting as a shield, Lola, whose mother had given her a gift for humor, used it to lighten the mood and hopelessness to break the tension. The youngest, Wichine, offered a lively burst of vitality and youth that distracted them all and brought them back to the future they were fighting for. According to a family acquaintance, it has been the most wonderful and sad thing to see their children come together for them. They've made a significant leap forward. It's in the oven. They have errands to run. They are merely there. This one is over with the children. As a cohesive team of 5, they are fully committed to this. Because of this tragedy, their relationship is stronger than ever. What you hear when you go into that house, and there is still a lot of laughter, is their rebellion. Their new normal was this constant bickering. The little things, a nice night's sleep, a day with little pain, a shared lunch where everyone was there, quickly became more important than the larger things in life. These mundane, regular things became landmarks. Their combined resilience was demonstrated by each one. The public's reaction to Mark's diagnosis was absolutely phenomenal as word spread. Love washed over them like a tsunami. Not only did fans pour in, but so did other actors, TV stars, and even others who had never met the pair but somehow felt a connection to them through their words on social media. For days, hashtags like #KanyoStrong and #WellofYork were trending, a digital mosaic of shared narratives, prayers, and hopes. This deluge turned out to be an unexpected but vital wellspring of power. During this era of digital discord, there was a striking display of solidarity. Even total strangers shared their own survival experiences, encouraging words, and reminders that they are not alone in this struggle. This love's triumphant return was a profound confirmation for Kelly, whose life had been openly documented for decades. Both she and Mark had dedicated their lives to making others happy at home. Even though they were in the depths of despair, those same people were reflecting the light and strength back to them. Their attention is fixed on the messages. Someone from the team verified. They can't believe how generous people are. It has brought me great solace, serving as a constant reminder that the world is full with wonderful people and things. Uncertainty and a lengthy road ahead await. The enemy known as cancer is both merciless and unpredictable. More difficulties, more disappointments, and more moments that put their determination to the test will come their way. Through it all, though, one thing has become crystal evident. An unbreakable bond runs across this family. This has beyond the realm of Hollywood romance. A tale of determination and perseverance. It's about putting the vows to the ultimate test, both in health and in sickness. The story revolves around the private heroic struggle of a public family and the unquenchable love between them. Though he may be fighting for his life, Mark Consuelos is not going it alone.